This is JP with Political Pop Culture, and this is my take. Feel that chill? That chill is actually from the frost layer covering the surface of hell. That's right, yesterday Lucasfilm Story Group executive Pablo Hidalgo issued an apology for insulting Star Wars Theory over Theory's reaction to the Season 2 finale of The Mandalorian. The problem, and the reason there's only a slight frost layer as opposed to hell being totally frozen over, is that Pablo Hidalgo's apology was about as genuine as those Rolexes you can get for $40 from a street hustler on Canal Street in New York City. Now, I know what you're thinking, but JP, if the guy apologized, why not take his apology at face value? You aren't being very open-minded. Wrong. Being open-minded is one thing, but being gullible is something completely different. To accept Lucasfilm Story Group executive Pablo Hidalgo's apology at face value, we would have to willfully ignore his behavior towards fans over the past several years. Hey, I'll get back to Pablo here in just a second, but please take a moment to like this video, hit the subscribe button, and then hit the notification bell so you'll know when we upload new content. Those likes and subscribes really help to get our content shown to more people, and every little bit helps, so thank you. So why not accept Lucasfilm Story Group executive Pablo Hidalgo's half-assed apology? Well, because it's a non-apology. Here's what he said. I wish to clarify in my post that emotions are not to be shared was sarcastic self-mockery and was certainly not intended to be hurtful to anyone, and I'm deeply sorry that it was. As a lifelong fan, I appreciate fans expressing how they feel. It's what being a fan is about. He followed that tweet with another saying, we can't all be together in movie theaters or at conventions right now, so express yourself online. In fact, those of us not prone to such displays will quietly live vicariously through your energy. This glib, phony response is a calculated non-apology. He wants to clarify his post and wants us to believe he's really mocking himself and his inability to show his emotions. There's a problem with that line, though. It's total bullshit. All you have to do is look at Lucasfilm Story Group executive Pablo Hidalgo's history of bashing Star Wars fans to see his absolute contempt for the majority of the fan base. This is a Lucasfilm executive who called Star Wars fans shitty assholes and racists before locking his Twitter account. This is a Lucasfilm executive who has a history of retweeting offensive, insulting posts from a social justice warrior account that refers to Star Wars fans as misogynists, racists, sexists, and worse. This is a Lucasfilm executive who made up an enemies list and publicly posted it for the world to see. And now you expect us to buy this half-assed bullshit apology? I mean, at what point do we say it's too little too late, Pablo? You have spent years insulting the fans who didn't like the horrible product you were putting out. You called them man babies. You trolled them on social media for laughs for years. And now we should just accept this apology as something other than damage control? You have been assaulting the fan base for years. You've openly attacked people like Jeremy at Geeks and Gamers and Anna, aka that Star Wars girl, among others. But when you attack Star Wars Theory, who with over 2.75 million subscribers has almost as many followers as the Star Wars official YouTube channel, you open Pandora's box. Now, with this verifiable history of vitriol and animosity directed at the fan base, why doesn't Lucasfilm do something about the problem? Because this is the culture of Disney Lucasfilm, and it starts right at the top with Kathleen Kennedy. Since Disney acquired Lucasfilm in 2012, Kathleen Kennedy has been in charge. Under her watch, we have seen the fan base fractured, with genuine animosity on all sides. There's plenty of content available out there that describes in further detail how Kathleen Kennedy's inept bungling has damaged the once untouchable Star Wars brand. But suffice it to say, Kennedy is a true social justice warrior, and she is not afraid to use Star Wars as a platform to spread her message of hate. She also doesn't seem to have an issue with Disney Lucasfilm employees mocking, bashing, and deriding Star Wars fans on social media or in interviews. This culture of hatred starts and ends with Kathleen Kennedy, and the fact Lucasfilm Story Group executive Pablo Hidalgo is allowed to continue to viciously attack fans year after year is proof positive that as long as Kathleen Kennedy is in charge at Lucasfilm, the environment is unlikely to change. The bottom line here, and this is my take, is that Pablo Hidalgo is, by all appearances, not a good person. Through his attacks, he has shown himself to be spiteful, hateful, bigoted, and small-minded. This is not the kind of person who should be involved with, nor an executive of, Lucasfilm. As long as people like Kathleen Kennedy and Pablo Hidalgo are steering the Lucasfilm ship, they're going to continue taking on water. I guess at this point all we can do is hope for a mutiny. Maybe if people like them were forced to walk the proverbial plank, the people who love the franchise could take over and right the ship. I hope they can do it before it sinks. What are your thoughts? Can Disney Lucasfilm be successful if they keep going down this path? Or do there need to be changes made from the top down? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for listening.